Hey friends, Stacy here with Balanced Spirituality 101, where we explore different spiritual teachings and we talk about how to follow them in the most balanced way. Today's topic is resistance. There are a lot of ways we can talk about resistance versus acceptance, what you resist persists, etc. But what I want to talk to you about is you have to push past your resistance to grow in your spiritual practice. How many times have we heard this from different teachers? Now, there are certain things that we resist where this is totally applicable. When we feel resistance to sitting down to write an article, to make a video like this, or doing something impactful for the world, it's a great practice to work through this resistance because it's something that serves both you and others. But what about being told to do something and not wanting to? What if it just doesn't feel right? Should we push past our resistance then? No. Like many spiritual teachings, this one does not apply to every single situation. You shouldn't just accept a task that you feel resistance to simply because you feel resistance. And people often think that, especially when a spiritual teacher asks something of them and they feel resistance, it definitely means they should do it anyway because they'll grow from it or step into a higher vibration or something. Please know it is not always in your best interest. On the contrary, it may be serving the teacher because remember, they are still humans with egos and sometimes we forget that, but I'm here to remind you. If it's something that you don't have the energy for or you know it doesn't sound right, don't do it. And don't talk yourself out of saying no to the request by surrendering to whatever is asked of you or surrendering to what is. In some cases, we are enabling any abuse or dysfunction that may be happening by just accepting and pushing past our resistance. What if someone asks you to do something for them that makes you feel uncomfortable? If you push past your resistance and you do it anyway, you could be betraying yourself, your energy, and your needs. If the person asking only wants to serve their needs, and your intuition knows that, then you should feel resistance, and you shouldn't do it. So, we must use discernment to distinguish if what we are resisting is for a good reason, and then respect ourselves and decide not to do it. This is where the ego mind comes in handy as a tool. If we're being told to push past our resistance to do something that is not actually good for us, that's a problem, and it can be harmful, especially if there is an imbalance of power in the situation. Now, if you have a community of people who are constantly pushing past their resistance to perform tasks or to do work for someone else, that turns into exploitation and possibly abuse. In my experience, this is the core of many episodes of anxiety, knowing you shouldn't do something and not following your intuition and saying yes and doing it anyway. Please know I pushed past resistance to make this video, and I'm so happy I did because I know it's important for me to talk about. Also, there's been other resistance from the outside, like construction, all kinds of things. But let me know in the comments if you can relate to this message in any way, if you have experience with this, and thank you so much for tuning in to Balanced Spirituality 101, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Have a great day.